We look back. Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders is looking ahead.
The Republican teed up her budget proposal for lawmakers this week and is embarking on a re-election campaign soon.
But stubborn political issues have defied the overwhelming control Sanders enjoys in this very red state. Tonight, in an interview we recorded this morning, she talks about school choice, fatherly advice, and the political pickle she's in over the stalled effort to build a huge prison in Franklin County.
You know, the big thing that we know is that we have to expand capacity. Our prison system is totally overloaded. Our county jails have serious backup, north of 2,000 people in county jail backup that should be in a state facility. And when they're not in a state facility and in those county jails, they're not getting rehabilitation services. They're not getting anything that helps reduce the idea that they're coming back, which is something we want to see. And so we've worked hard to expand capacity within existing space. We've been able to add 1,500 beds. I still believe that Franklin County is the best location based off of the needs that we have.
Is there any way you come down off of 3,000 beds in Franklin County? I mean, how do you convince that one spot that appears to be the best location in your opinion?
You know, I think that we know that the demand is really high, and to your point, as the PROTECT Act goes further into effect, the demand only increases. But what we can do is continue to look for ways to keep people from making that a revolving door, break that cycle. That's what we're trying to do. We know every single law enforcement officer that you meet with anywhere in the state of Arkansas will tell you we have to expand capacity at some point. Still believe that's the best place, but open for suggestions and solutions if other people have ideas.
Like maybe go into another part of the state or smaller numbers around the state?
The problem is we have facilities in most of the other areas in the state, and that is, I'd love to show you a map. I wish I had it in front of me. It's one of the few places where you do not have a facility, where you also have increased population growth, increased crime.
The second biggest item in your proposed budget is education to the state education department, and a lot of focus is going on the $309 million that you want to go into funding education freedom accounts. There's talk in the legislature about maybe putting limits on how much goes into those accounts. Is there a number where you could maybe see guardrails start to shift in your mind for how much is in those accounts?
You know, what I am really proud of is what we are doing across the board when it comes to education. Because of education freedom accounts, we have over 40,000 students in the state of Arkansas that are getting the education they need, the education they deserve. At the same time, we are investing 10 times as much, the largest investment we've ever made in public education in our state's history, to those students. We put more than $3 billion into the state public education system. $300 million for education freedom accounts. This is not an either or. This is an investment in our students.
Would any kind of limit, if there are the votes there to get it through the fiscal session, what chance would that have if it made your desk?
We made a commitment when we passed LEARNs to fund education freedom and to fund our public schools, and we're not going to stop doing that.
So a cap is...
We're going to continue to make sure students and families in Arkansas have a pathway to success, and it's going to look different for every family. And we're going to continue to invest dollars to make sure that each student can be successful.
Your father, how's your father doing here in these last couple of weeks? It's, part of the world that it amazes me how people in Israel and the Middle East sort of take what's going on there in stride. What are your conversations like with him these last few weeks?
I'm so proud of my dad and so amazed by the work that he's doing, the passion that he brings to what he's doing. I think everything that he has done in his life has prepared him for the job and the role that he has. And I don't think there's a better person on the planet that could serve in the capacity he is. Now, I'm probably a little biased, but I think he's pretty amazing. I'm really proud of him.
Now, the governor went on to say her father, Mike Huckabee, the U.S. ambassador to Israel, always gives her advice on how to approach her job, saying mainly, focus on the people you serve. But there's still more we talked about today, including her take on the state of the MAGA coalition that got her former boss reelected to the White House, despite obvious splits over the war in Iran and, here in Arkansas, how to hold elections. You can catch the rest of the interview on our THV11 digital platforms, including YouTube and THV11 Plus right now.